Hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's doing great. It is here Wednesday morning. The week is almost over, or at least it's half over. It's hump day. Now, all we need is a camel to come running across the screen, and thankfully, I don't have one of those set up. But welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. Week's treating you well. Oh boy. Today, we are just continuing onward, and today, we are also moving around passengers. Yep. Hopefully, we could transport some of them through time and throw them where they belong, right to the mouths of the dinosaurs. So, what do you say we just go ahead, hop right to it, and get things started? Looks like we got to watch things a little bit because my internet's jumping up and down. We had an internet issue yesterday afternoon that kind of messed things up all night, but it looks like things may be stabilized, but I'm not too sure. So, we'll have to watch things and see how they go along. So, let's see what we got. Ooh, this rich person does not respond well to danger. Big surprise there. Oh, she wants to go 60,000 light seconds. For $1,000,000, I'll take her anywhere she wants to go. Let's see what this guy wants. He's demanding. He wants. Oh, he wants 6 economy. Okay, we'll stick him in business class. Yeah, sounds good. Here's another one that doesn't respond well to danger and also very demanding. 5 economy. Let's hold off on sticking him in all those economy seats yet. Why is it the rebels are the ones who pay some of the less? Why? Why? Hey, good morning, Imfried. How are you doing this morning, sir? Welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in Imfried 2010, another good friend of the stream. Great guy, great entertainer, amazing guy. Absolutely amazing. If you don't know who he is, click that link over, give him a follow. Leave his notification bell on. Make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. Hey, good morning, Riven. How are you doing today, sir? Welcome in. Hope you guys are doing great today. Better than last night? Had some stomach issues? Man, I am sorry. I am sorry. Oh, and you're doing good. It's your day off. And what you gonna do? You gonna kick back, relax, got a lot of errands you need to run. Oh, I remember my days off were always trying to get caught up on stuff I couldn't get done any other time. 958,000 credits for another 100,000 light second movement. Well, they want to pay for it. I'll take it. Going to be lazy and make you drink lots. Oh, God. Wonderful me. Wonderful me. It's okay. I got a full cup. Just to let you see, I've already had my scoops of peanut butter this morning. So I'm good. I'm good. And I have 14,000 points. Killing me by making me drink water will not get anything done. Except make you have to find somebody else to watch in the morning still. You gotta be nice about that. You gotta be nice. Who am I kidding? I'm not nice to people. Why should people be nice to me? Okay, that's bad. I hit auto launch and didn't even program in our first system. It's not going to let me do this while we are in motion. Oh, 14,000 points. My. Oh, now it's going to open up. Okay. Yes, we're in our little passenger liner today, at least currently. As you can see, we have an empty co-pilot seat right there. Let's hurry up and get these people where they want to go. Maybe we can get there without blowing up. Or not, make the trip a lot easier for everybody. I have an illegal passenger. Oops. Glad to hear you didn't get any of the equipment wet yesterday after your raid. Yeah, that was interesting. That was really interesting. Yeah, I went to go drink a glass of water, and all of a sudden, y'all did that, and water went flying all over the place, and I even got some up on the ceiling. Yeah. Wife wasn't too impressed when she got up and I was still cleaning up water. Dogs weren't impressed either because a couple of them got soaked by it. I'm trying to tell them I'm sorry, it was an accident, and they're like, wouldn't let me touch them. It's not like I did it on purpose. I do that outside in the summertime. I take ice cream buckets full of water, chase them around the yard, and throw it at them. Yeah, it went flying, but I can guarantee you it was still cold. Even though the ice in it had melted, it was still cold. I can't be blamed for it. I didn't know you were taking a drink. I wasn't blaming anybody. I really wasn't. I just said that water went everywhere. And believe me, it did. Y'all caught me off guard. Y'all really caught me off guard. I think the dogs were the least impressed of everybody. Yep, they were the least impressed of everybody. Wife wasn't happy. The dogs were unimpressed. And I was just kind of cold and wet. But I'm not blaming anybody for anything. No, sir. No way. No how. Nope. Nope. I should have known better. That's the same about as Jimmy taking a drink of something when I'm talking because he never knows exactly what's going to come out of my mouth. So, I mean, it made my day when you came in. 2 for 1. Oh. Man, I was tired last night. I got up at 4:15 to stream yesterday morning. Wasn't able to lay back down after I got the wife up and the dogs outside, and I was up till 11:30 last night. I almost didn't hear the alarm go off this morning. If it wasn't for one of the dogs starting to growl in my ear, I probably would have slept through it. Dogs' reactions really, really went. Yeah, yeah. They were telling me to woof off all right. I'd go to sit down to pet them, and they'd get up and walk across the room from me to lay down and just glare at me like, hey, at least the cup never left my hand, okay? So water went flying everywhere. They were mad because they got wet. I couldn't help it. Hey, Slow Sweet, good morning. How are you doing today, sir? Welcome in. Hope everything's good with you and your family. You doing okay? Good, good. Hope you feel a little bit better today and the back pain is kind of eased up for you. I know how problematic that can be, especially when you got things you've got to do, things you want to do, and it's just not willing to cooperate. Yeah, we were just talking about yesterday because after the raid, they did something and made me throw water all over my living room. Cup of water I had just refilled it too. Went flying all over the place. They startled me so bad. I got one of the dogs laying in bed. He's hiding his nose, trying to play innocent. No, Dad, quit talking about me. I didn't do that to you yesterday. I swear. Well, he's the one who was growling at me when he got up and walked across the room because he really hates getting wet. We put a big swimming pool outside for him in the summertime, little kiddie pool.
Leroy Dragons!
Amfrey, thank you for the 50 bits, sir, and the Leroy Jenkins. Greatly appreciated. We always put it outside for him in the summertime where it's nice and warm. Make sure it's in the shade. Fill it up with ice cold water from the hose. Change it every couple days. We think the dog's going to go out. They're going to lay in it. You know, they're going to have fun. They're going to play in the water. It's a big water bowl. It is a big water bowl, except for Tip. He goes running right there in the dirt, gets in it to wash off his feet, sticks his nose under the water, and throws water on everybody. And everybody hates it for it, because then they won't go back up to it whenever he gets near it. So he goes running around out in the yard, gets his paws all muddy again. They finally go up to it because he's not there. And then he runs up and jumps in it and does it again. Yeah. So we got him a little slip and slide. Thought, okay. Little slip and slide. We laid it across the yard. You know, the water kind of shoots over it a little bit, creates a little arch, falls to the middle. Think dogs will like this. Nope. Even Tip won't get on it. That reminds me, I need to source one from Nico. Our little dogs were a little handful yesterday. Took Penny outside out front with me to go get the mail. She likes venturing up over to the bird feeders. She doesn't eat the food that the squirrels have thrown out of the feeders. She just likes walking along underneath them and making the birds mad because she's nearby. And she don't bother them. She just likes watching them. He always likes just laying there watching the squirrels in the yard, watching the birds. They don't bother her at all. They don't. They bother all the other dogs, but he just likes laying there watching. Not a care in the world. We had a bird one day last summer land about 5 feet from her. She just sat there and looked at it, was wagging her tail, trying to figure out what it was, turning her little head. She's our smart one. She's the one who knows how to open doors and flush the toilet. Oh. We got her some Kong squeeze balls. She likes running around through the house just squeaking them all day. She doesn't like it when we take it and throw it, but she just likes carrying her ball around and squeaking it. Thought last night, you know, she got real quiet. Couldn't figure out why. She somehow had found a way to hold it in her paws and ate the felt covering off the tennis ball. Because that's all it was just a big tennis ball. Big old round thing. Yep, she ate the cover off of it. We had little greenish yellow felt all over the living room. She did it fast, too. We didn't even realize she'd done it. All right, so let's see. Our next system from this one's going to be Matley, or however you pronounce that. And then we're going to hit 96402. That's going to be another long thing. That's our wanted guy. This is one of the ones paying close to 1 million credits. Kind of short on money, so we need to take the unscrupulous characters. At least some of them. But hey, they pay well. That's all that matters. Oh, we went to go see our engineer again yesterday. We met one of our other guys. Did a few little weapons upgrades. Took our crate out for some combat training last night. That was pretty good. Made a little bit of money doing that. Oh, boy, boy, boy. Let's see. Coming in for final approach. Drop these guys off. I just have to remember that this thing is not as quick as the crate is. And it doesn't fly the same. And that crate phantom, man, last night I was taking that thing, I was flying it circles around the other enemy. This thing feels like a little bit like a flying brick. Of course, I almost flew the crate last night into the planet. That was kind of a scary little pucker moment. I thought I was going to lose everything. Quick little splash of fuel. We'll drop this little guy off. The stick him there. HIP 96308. That's not one of the systems we're going to. We'll find out. This guy is going to probably going to be changing over to freight shortly. Criminal. Ooh, no. Nope, no criminals. Nope, can't do that. Nope, can't do criminals. We get shot. All right. I've noticed that all the passenger ships are named after mammals and fish. We've got the dolphin, we've got the orca, we've got the beluga, the whale. Found what I want to get her. Will work great since we can't leave stuff like that out in the yard. What's that? What you gonna get her? A foldable dog? That would be good. That would be good. After what I saw in our backyard last night, I'm starting to wonder about the kiddie pool, if I should actually leave it out there at nights. Before going to bed last night, I went and looked and found a couple cats in our backyard. So the dogs are going to go absolutely ballistic this morning. And a little bit later, my warning light came on for my security cameras. Always wakes me up. So I looked. Had a couple raccoons out there just playing around. Yeah. They were running around the garbage can. Didn't mess with it. They were just running around it playing. Looked like they were having fun. I could swear they had one of the dog toys in their little paws. We're not allowed to leave pools out in our yards in the trailer park. Yeah, I can kind of see that for a bit of a security reason. Safety things, so some little kid doesn't get into it. What kind of dog do you have? Little small dog, big guy. Because we were actually thinking about getting one of the inflatable kiddie pools for a while instead of the hard plastic ones. Husky Black Lab mix. Okay, well, and the inflatable ones might not be that good. Medium size. Yeah, the inflatable kiddie pools should be okay. As long as your claws don't hit the side of it. Because we were thinking about getting that, but the problem is that our dogs are so small that they would end up having to climb over the side of it and probably end up puncturing it. So that's the reason why we went for the hard plastic. About 2 years ago, we found Penny outside one day when we had just cleaned it. We hadn't filled it up full of water yet. And she had it in her mouth and she was pulling it across the yard to play with it. Sent you an Amazon link for what I found. Okay, I'll take a look at it shortly. Yeah, we couldn't believe she had the pool in her mouth. She was just dragging across the yard. She was having fun. She was just taking it. Her little head was just twisting. Her tail was wagging. And the other dogs were all just sitting there looking at her like she was nuts. She's the one who likes to go outside and get in the flower bed. But unlike everybody else with their little short coats, because she's a Great Pyrenees mix, she's got a thick fur coat, so thorns don't do her anything. Or so we thought. Later that night, we realized that she was walking funny. We had to look, and she somehow had a thorn caught between the pads on her paw. And my wife was trying to hold her still while I was trying to get it out. Yeah, it wasn't really in the pad. It was just kind of there. And it looked like when she was walking and she was putting weight on it, it just made it a little uncomfortable because it was deep down between the pads. But we got it out. She was fine. She wasn't happy, like ever. She normally don't get mad when we have to doctor her, give her medicine or something like that because she knows it's good for her. And it's to help her out. Unless it's the bath time for her skin allergies, and then she can run like the wind. And somehow, as big as she is, she could crawl in the tightest little spaces. She likes to run and jump and hide under the bed. Like, of all places, the bed. She can get her big body on the floor and crawl under the bed. And just lay there and look at us. Well, one day she needed her bath. She did that, and I surprised her by throwing the bed across the room. Mattress went flying. Box springs went flying. And I'm standing there looking at her going, now where you gonna go? But then she does the dead weight thing. Yeah, she likes doing dead weight when it's time to go in the bathtub. You go to pick her up and she just flops. She just goes completely limp. She's big. She's 55 pounds, and she does not help at all. Once you get her in the tub, she's fine. Problem is getting her to the tub. So we get her in the tub. And if you don't have everything fixed up right away and you get her in the tub and you turn your back, she's gone again. But as big as she is, she's just a big sweetheart. And she somehow thinks that she's still this little puppy I used to pick up and carry around. Oh, I can get her up. I can hold her up. That's no problem. Walking around with her is a problem because my center of gravity is off.
Execute Order 66.
Hey, how you doing this morning, Phantom? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. Thank you for the 100 biddies. And yes, we will execute Order 66. You will be the very first person that we will put that order to. I'm going to shoot you out the airlock. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in another great friend of the stream, Mr. Phantom Gaming HDTV. If you don't know who he is, please click that link, go over, give him a follow, leave his notification bell alone. Make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. He is one of my Rough Rider brothers. And he's a great up-and-coming iRacing star. So how are you doing this morning, sir? And why are you still awake? I figure you'd be sleeping about right now. Yes, and good morning to you too. She's no W. She's going to do everything she can not to take a bath. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's always like that. But the thing is, though, once we get her in the tub, she's okay. We spray her with water. She's accepted her fate. And she loves it when we start rubbing the soap in everywhere. Because she's all head turning from side to side. As long as we don't wash her face. She does not like having her face washed. You slept 5 hours? Let's see. Let's see. It's 5:30 my time, so that'd be 12:30 your time. Well, that would be 12:30 mine. That would be 10:30 yours. You're full of it. You called it a night right after I did? Okay. In that case, yeah, you could have gotten 5 hours. So we always call Phantom our booster seat racer because he's so short. He is so short. And we got photographic proof that he's short. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go all you want, but I got photographic evidence. Yes, I do. Can't deny it. You can't deny it. Oh, let me see where my mouse is. All right. Here's proof. Here is actual proof. This was taken in June. What we have is we have me here right here at the end with the long beard. There's little short Phantom right there. The red t-shirt, Mr. Red Dirt Ranch. And in the gray shirt at the end, Mr. Dilligaff, 1981, another great friend of mine. So you see, we do have proof that he is short. So he can try to deny it, but we got him. Yep. Went up there in June to go meet Red Dirt. Oh, one of my best friends. These guys came over from the other side of the mountains to meet up. First time we had ever met each other. We had a blast. That was the day that I will always remember. Always. Have you crashed into anything yet? No, I have not crashed into anything yet. But the morning is still young, so we never exactly know. We'll have to find out. Well, I have never denied I was short. I have, however, denied being as short as you say I am, though. We actually think he was wearing drywall or stilts. So we're not completely sure. We think he was. He tried to take a picture while he was standing up on that curb behind us, but we stepped forward and it kind of drug him forward, so he had to step down. And if y'all take a picture of me, y'all be short. Yeah, we would. We'd all be short, except maybe Dilly. I think Dilly is 6'3", 6'4". Jimmy and I are about the same with 5'10". There's poor little Phantom, 4'8". Yep. He was about the same size as my grandma. She always used to drag me to the grocery store to get the stuff off the top shelf. I'm not 4'8". That's up for speculation. That's always up for speculation. Just got to give you crap, man. Just got to give you crap. You give me enough, so I've got to do it. I have to. But if you notice, I've started being nicer to you during your races. Okay, a little bit nicer than I used to be. So I used to send you all kinds of memes when you were racing. But I stopped that. I stopped. Hey, I admit I'm not perfect. I haven't stopped it all completely. I'll stop part of it. But he pulls into the pits. He's getting his tires changed. He's getting fuel. And you see him look up over at one of his other monitors, so you know he's pulling up Discord to look and see what I sent him. Curiosity always gets the better of him because he always says, I'm not looking. I'm not looking, Leo. I'm not looking. He looks. Curiosity gets him. Curiosity gets everybody because they don't know what I've sent them. I have noticed that, yeah, but Discord is hidden because I know you do. I know you do. But I'm just admitting, I'm being nicer to you now than I used to. Oh, I used to send him raunchy things when he was racing just to throw him off guard. And somehow he would always read them in the turns. It's the only time he ever read his chat messages was in the turns, never the straightaways. He's gotten a lot better about that. He still reads it in the turns, but he doesn't hit the wall when he comes out of that turn because he's still reading. So he's getting better. Go ahead, laugh. You used to kiss that wall quite a bit. Yes, sir, you did. You can't deny it. You always did. Just going to check this last guy real quick, see how far in. I think after this, we're going to return back. We're going to pick up our cargo vessel. We were nice. We hauled some people for a while. Now we're going to go get some cargo. So, what you got going on today, Phantom? That is until tonight with more exciting and fun adventures on Twitch. You always get to meet new people. Have to run to the VA hospital for an appointment, then run some practice. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'll be expecting to hear from you a little bit later today then. I'm going to have to make some time one afternoon to go out in the yard to go start picking up limbs. We had a bunch of tree limbs come down from the ice storm we had last month. I never got outside to pick up. And then, that polar vortex we got hit with last week just kind of added more to it. Don't have to worry too much about the big limbs in the backyard because the dog's been playing with them, trying to drag them everywhere. Penny's the only one who can move one of the limbs. So every time it moves, I know that she's done it. So, but I've got to get it out of the backyard. So are you ready for your endurance race? I hope you are. I'm going to be watching you as much as I can. I'm going to be watching you. That ought to make you nervous. I don't know if I could do iRacing. I really can't. I don't think I've got the reflexes anymore for something like that. Mm. If you drive, you'll get there faster. Don't want to tire out all those little. AC Phantom, I didn't do that. I didn't say it. I could have, but I didn't. I am completely innocent this time. You know, I can say it and I can mean it. Yes, I am completely innocent. I had nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. I know I'll get the blame for it anyway. I always do. Never mind the fact that it's usually what's Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it, Manfred. I'll get the blame for it anyway. I mean, seriously. I've got people who send Jimmy, joke gifts and I get the blame for it. And I had nothing to do with it. I didn't know they were going to send it. I had no control over it, but I get the blame for it. Even when they tell him I had nothing to do with it, I still get the blame for it. That's always the interesting part. I mean, I get blamed for everything around the house anyway. You know, dogs make a mess, they tear something up, I get the blame for it. Dog gets in the dirty laundry basket, it's my fault. How's it my fault? Wife is the one who taught Scooter how to lift the lid, so he's the one who gets in there and pulls all the dirty clothes out. Well, we do know you like tearing things up. That's why we blame that. No, 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 absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is so wrong. Nope. 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 Kind of like when a dog is laying up against her when our computers were in the same room. Dog would lay up against her, fart, I'd get the blame for it. Even though I really did not do it. And it was one of the silent but deadlies. We'd be laying on the couch watching TV. Dog would be curled up on the couch at our feet. I feel the little puff of air on my foot and I still get the blame for it. It's like, I felt the air. She's like, don't blame our dog. Our dog don't do anything like that. That's always you. Well, yeah, the other day was me. I'll admit to that one. I can't hide that one. My dogs have never done anything like that. I just love it when they do that while they're sleeping and they wake themselves up. They look at me like I did it. My old dog Roscoe, he was like that when we lived in Baton Rouge one time. I was out there in his pen doing something. Oh, he got right up against me. He farted. There was no wind. And I just smelled it. I looked at him and said, Dog, what did you eat? And he took a couple steps away from me. He gave me the nastiest look and went and got in his doghouse. And he just sat there and glared at me like I did it. I had nothing to do with that. I really didn't. In business. But we are going to go back and pick up. Oh, somebody else for Timbala. Okay. Got 2 people. I'll stick them there. Anybody else go in there? Bingo. There we go. Got this last pastor, then everybody else is all going to Timbala. Are you sure we heard you? It's sitting at 114 views. Are you serious, Impreed? 114 views? And that's more than the first one. Man. And then what's worse is that everybody says, yeah, it had the proper tone. It had the proper pitch. It was continuous throughout the entire cycle. I don't need people to evaluate it like that. I don't. I really don't. I didn't do that. I mean, it's not like we're evaluating something I built here. It's a body function. It happened. I thought the mic was muted until somebody said something. You know, it doesn't exactly help, though, that Joe Thyssen has now made the sound clip for it, and Jimmy put it up for his, one of his jump scares, and, well, I found it, so I might as well use it too, right? I created it, in a way. I'm sure you've learned the importance of making sure that the mic is muted from now. Phantom, bite me. And you can't say that you have never done anything like that before. Can't say you haven't. It was an accident, like the day I walked away from the PC to help fix the dog's supper. Jimmy was streaming his family-friendly stream. One of the dogs decided to urinate in the middle of the living room, and I hollered, "Mother!" And then I realized the mic wasn't muted. I think what made that one so bad was the fact that we had just brought the dogs in from outside. So somebody did not do their business outside. They came in the house and did it in the living room. We say that the mudroom is okay, not the living room. Not over the microphone, and I haven't done it while live. We'll just wait because y'all said never. It will happen to y'all. You won't mean it, but it will happen. And it will be an accident, but it will still happen. I promise. I do promise. You know, it's kind of like when you're driving down the road, you're singing to the radio. You really gotten into this song because it's a song you absolutely love. And then you realize that while you were stopped at the traffic light, the people in the car right next to you could hear you singing. And you sing worse than, well, sing worse than what Jimmy does. You know, nails on a chalkboard. Yeah. See, I don't sing in public. I can't carry a tune. I know I can't carry a tune. I don't attempt to carry a tune. So I don't attempt it. I do that all the time and don't give a damn. Yeah, well, I do it in the shower. The only thing I subject to that is, well, my wife and my dogs, but it's okay. She does the same thing. She sings in the shower. She can't carry a tune either. The only thing is, though, is that she tries to sing Cher and she hits these high pitched notes, or she attempts to. And I tell her she needs to quit before all the windows in the house start to break. Or she gets out of the shower and she realizes I put in earplugs that I normally wear out at the gun range. And the only thing I get is, "That's not funny. You shouldn't be doing that to me. You're making fun of me and I don't like it. Don't sing." She just looks at me and says, "I can't carry a tune." You know, we all looked at Jimmy and wanted to start a GoFundMe, hoping that some, vocal teacher would have sympathy on him and try to give him at least some semblance of singing voice. Maybe. Could be. Someone says something, I just tell. But yeah, man, but your size, who's going to tell you not to do something? I sure as heck wouldn't. We know little Phantom wouldn't. You could squish him like a bug. Look like a bug across the windshield at 80 miles an hour. Just start there at that little speck and then all of a sudden go all completely across the screen. Yep. I can hide places so no one can get me. Oh, you mean like being able to walk under the bed without banging your head? Yeah, that's a good hiding place. When I'm sitting down, I don't look so big. I wouldn't necessarily go with that statement. I've seen some people who are sitting down that I'd look at my wife and go, that is the guy I would not like to meet in a dark alley. She goes, why? It's like, see how high up his kind of legs are on that couch? She's like, yeah. It's like, he's tall. He's tall. He's very tall. You see, unlike what other people say about me, I do try to be a nice guy. I really do. I really do. But sometimes people just irk you and push you and try to take advantage of you to where they have to see a side of you that you don't really like to show people. That's me. It's always me. I didn't have a childhood. I like to have fun, I like to make people laugh. Push me and, the laughter part goes out the window. I worked for a fire hose testing company. Our chief of station crap his pants when I get out of the truck. I'm quite sure of it. I am quite sure. You're one of the guys that I would see get out of the vehicle and I'd be going, holy fuck. Just kind of looking up. You stand up to me. It's like you're eating duck soup off the top of my head. Kind of like that picture I showed how Phantom was to me. Yeah. He wasn't expecting such a big guy to get out of the truck. I guess not. We had a repairman come over to the house one day to, what was he here to fix? It was something electrical, something that was beyond me. And this guy had to duck to come in our door. I mean, he wasn't broad-shouldered big. He was just tall and lanky, and he was having to bend over a little bit to come inside our door. And we were just looking at him going, and he was driving this tiny little van. We really don't know how he got in and out of it. He even told the owner of the company he didn't need to bring the muscle. That's good. That one is good. That one really is. Yep. I like that one. I like that comment. That was a good one. That really was. Okay, grab a quick splash of fuel. We're going to sit here. We're going to drop this guy off, and then we are going to go make our last passenger run. Then we're going to go get our cargo ship. Oh, I got the hiccups. Excuse me. Timbala, carrier gateway, carrier gateway. 3 for one destination and 1 for a second. Okay, so it looks like carrier gateway is going to be our first stop here. Once we get there. Welcome aboard the new Greyhound bus line. That's right. We absolutely, positively guaranteed to get you there. Maybe not in one piece, but we will get you to your destination. Come fly the friendly skies. We have nobody on board who's... I wish I could turn around and look behind me. It sounded like something impacted the ship. I don't see any damage to shields. So we will continue onward. I need to play some more with the full spectrum scanner, and then we're going to go for... Maybe next week we'll go do some deep space exploration. Go find some strange new worlds. Some alien life forms. Pirates hiding out in places we don't want them to be. Do you like Captain Kirk? Fall in love with strange-looking alien girls. Green skins, tentacles, 4 arms. We're going to Carrier Gateway first, since we have 3 people going to this destination. At least 3 groups. Go hit them first. Oh. See what kind of mayhem we can cause, trouble we can get into. Hey, big guy, how you doing this morning, sir? Welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in another great friend of the stream and another one of my Rough Rider brothers, Mr. Big Guy 86. If you don't know who he is, please click that link over, give him a follow. Leave his notification bell on. Make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. Doing good? How am I? I am doing great, sir. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Hope you had a great stream last night. Yeah, I was sitting there laughing. I always have a great time in your streams. Always do. Always do. I swear, big guy, I don't think he sleeps. He says he does, but I don't think he does at all. I mean, I look inside his little matchbox and it doesn't look like his bed is messed up at all. Doesn't look like he's been in it. I'm glad to hear that. Have a good time. I can tell you do. I really can tell. You know, you just got a nice way with people. Always make everybody feel comfortable and laugh and feel welcome. Hey, RG. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in another one of my Rough Rider brothers, another great friend of mine, Mr. Reclining Gamer. If you don't know who he is, please click that link. Go give him a follow. Make sure you tell him I sent you over. Another great guy, amazing content creator. You know, all these guys are absolutely amazing. Please go check them out. I don't know. I don't really sleep that well either. Send me a copy of the report from your machine. I don't need a copy of the report from your machine. I don't. But thank you, though. Thank you. And, you know, the amazing thing is that since I started going to bed somewhere around, okay, I should be somewhere in bed between 10:15 and 10:30, but lately it's been 11 o'clock. For the most part, I sleep like a log now. Till the alarm goes off at 4:15, then I turn it off and roll over and, you know, kind of wake up 20 minutes before I'm supposed to go live and then rushing around to get everything done. That was yesterday. Yesterday was a bad day. All right, we got one more station we have to go to here. Then we're going to go pick up our cargo ship. Good point. I actually got my butt to the gym after last night and had too much. The worst part is that I have such a good time in your stream and when I'm talking with Phantom and everybody that I don't want to go to bed. I don't. I am too used to staying up now until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm used to it. And it's still hard, even after 2 months of getting that mindset that I need to go to bed early. I just want to stay and have a good time. Let me see if it'll. Come on, let's get away from mass lock. There we go. How hard is this game to learn? It's not that bad. I use a Xbox One controller for it. I need to get a Hoda stick, but I need the prices to come back down a little bit since, well, like everything else with the COVID, the third-party sellers bought everything up and have jacked the prices up. I know some people do play it with keyboard and mouse, but I had a little issue with that. It's really not that bad. It's not that hard. The hardest part is just trying to get used to the controls. But it's a lot of fun. It really is. There are so many things you can do in this game, and you know, the community is helpful for answering questions, helping you out. And I'm trying to avoid going to the sun or getting close to it, so Start slowing down. We gotta get both bars in the blue so we can stop at the proper timing to make sure we are close to the station and not too far away. Have you done multiplayer on it? No, I haven't, but I do have several friends who do play it who want me to try to get into it with them. And they are a lot more advanced in the game than I am. Station is on the backside of that planet, so we've got to kind of slingshot around it some to avoid getting caught in its orbit because it'll slow us down. But I think it would be fun to do. I really do. One of them pilots the ship, one of us becomes the gunner. I think that's the way it works. And voice attack sometimes is really helpful if you want to do it that way. Once you get everything programmed in. Request docking. Sometimes it makes the easiest things. I mean, it takes care of all the menial little tasks. And from what I've seen from some players, you can program everything in to where you really don't have to do much. Imfree just recently started playing. I ended up picking it up for him. He said he was interested in it one day, and next thing I know, he's telling me all about it. I'm watching him play. There's another passenger ship taking off. Splash of fuel. Drop off this last guy. Let's see if anybody is going back to the system where our ship is. That's the only passengers we're going to take. I'll be dang. There's one right there. And he's going to our dock. Criminal, if scanned by any authority vessel, you will be attacked. Of course. The one person who goes our way is criminal. Oh, there's another one. This guy is just demanding. Yeah, looks like he's the only one. I'm not going to take the criminal. Not going to take the criminal. We are not going to get blown out of the sky for that. Where is... Oh. Well, it's relatively close. Actually, I said it's not a hard game to learn. The hardest thing is the controls. But, you know, it's like any other new game that you start playing. The controls are the hardest things. And once you finally get them down, everything else just falls into place. Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And like I said, if you've got questions, you know, there are guides. I mean, you can ask us. There are so many guides out there that would help you. You know, there are some parts of it where you need a third-party site for certain aspects of it, but they're not bad. They're easy to find. They're easy to use. And if we're not around to ask questions to, most anybody who creates content for Elite Dangerous or any member of the community, they're all extremely helpful. They really are. They're great people. When I first started streaming, especially this game, and they came in and they gave me all kinds of tips on how to do things, information of where to find it. They were really helpful. I think one of the hardest things to get used to in the game is scooping the fuel from the suns. Trying to find the right distance away from it so that you don't overheat. Overheat too bad, you start blowing apart your modules, and before you know it, your ship just poof. Modules have different grades, A through E. The closer to A, the better they are. There's just a lot to it. There really is. Oh. Just like me. Bought the game, never really played it. That's exactly what I had done. That's exactly what I had done. I just don't know if it was the controls, if it was something else that come out that got my attention and I forgot about it or what, but I got the game and pushed it to the side for years. Started doing research on what game I wanted to stream, and I was studying the viewer counts. So I was studying all that, and this was one of them. So I had to pull it out and start playing again. So I had the controls down, so I knew exactly what I was doing, so it wouldn't look like a complete total boob on it. Because I knew that there was a lot involved. And you're always trying to be careful when you're first playing the game. You're starting to stream something new. Yeah. First day, I was extremely nervous. People started coming in on the second and third day and started giving me a lot of tips. A lot of tips. For having a lot of free time, I am somehow super busy. Man, I'm exactly the same way. I am. Like Saturdays and Sundays, the days I'm not streaming, I actually cannot tell you what I do those days. Except that the time flies by, and the next thing I know, it's Sunday night. It's time for me to go to bed to get up to start getting ready for Monday morning. I don't know what I did all weekend. I can't tell you because I don't know. That's how fast my time kind of flies by. And the worst thing is, last weekend, I had so much going on. I'm trying to get caught up from not having hot water for a week and washing just about everything in the house to, picking up stuff and trying to clean up, that there were a lot of things I was supposed to do over the weekend I did not do. By Monday afternoon, my wife asked me, well, what did you get done over the weekend? She was here. I couldn't even tell her. I know I washed clothes. I know I mopped a bunch of floors, did some vacuuming, but that was pretty much about it. Things I want to do for the stream didn't get done. Things I wanted to do for Jimmy didn't get done. Complete total loss. I try to get the chores done during the week. I just spent Saturday with the wife. I try to do that too. I just don't know where the time goes. I really don't. You know, I'll take care of the responsibilities of the things that I need to. But there are times I really can't answer the question when asked. Maybe it's just because it's so routine and it's so ingrained in me, I just do it without thinking. I just can't answer the question. Like I know last weekend I was supposed to write social media posts. I didn't do it. Completely slipped my mind until about 11 o'clock that night, Sunday night. Reason why I believe it's just so ingrained in us that we just take care of the responsibilities we know we have to do. We do them. We do them without thinking. And when asked, well, what did you accomplish over the weekend? I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why my wife finally quit asking me, well, what did you get done over the weekend? I can't tell her. Now, if it's something like working on the car, you know, something that's I don't always do, it's like, okay, I remember that. Doing the maintenance on the car, yeah. Changing tires, working on the brakes, yeah. Bathing the dogs. And I can't remember that sometimes. You know, it's with 12 dogs, we have to break it down to where we do them in cycles. We do it over a certain number of days, like nails trimming. We got our little schedule up, we check them off when we do them, and the next day we're ready for the second group. It just helps to make it a little bit easier on our back, especially mine. Doing manual flight up over here to our dock for our nice other little ship. Watching everything real careful like. Watching our speed drop. Trying to watch our distance bar. So we slowly come on in. See, Emfrey likes clipping the explosions, and I haven't given him one on the passenger ship yet. Not yet. Cargo ship? Yeah. The SRVs? Yeah. Okay. It told me to hit Y, and I need to do some engineering on the power plant. Power plant and thrusters for this one. must have hit the controls too fast because we were just a little too far out from the station. Make sure we've got no outstanding transactions. Looking at our ranks real quick. Brokers at 57%, so hauling passengers gets you some good trade rank. I need to do something about that combat, though. Mostly harmless. That's why I take the Crate Phantom out late at night when I'm not streaming, so I could sit there and I can get used to the controls and the combat and chasing around the enemy ships and blasting them and letting them blast me. And you know, it's right. Oh, I needed to actually go into the hangar first. See what ships they have available. I sold my Eagle the other day. Keelback, which is pretty much type 6. I want to buy one of those. I want to buy one of those. That's the big cargo ship, the Type 9. I'd like to get one of those too, but need to get my rank up higher for them. Okay, we are taking our Crate Phantom. It's both our cargo ship and our warship. One thing we need to see is okay, it's still set for 64, so I need to change that. We're going to get rid of the extra fuel tank and replace it with cargo. Now, I did this the other day, but for some reason, it isn't removing the tank. Okay. You see, I did this yesterday of removing the fuel tank, putting the extra cargo rack back in, and I didn't realize, but halfway through delivering stuff that the extra fuel tank was still there. But I know I swapped them. I know I did. Okay, so we got it. I found a pic that will really show off the size. Only place who won't really like it. Oh, it's a picture of you standing right beside her and she's showing how short she is. It's okay, man. All right, so let's see what cargo we got available. Who needs what and where? Supplier needs, supplier needs, supplier needs. All right. So suppliers need this stuff. I need to pull up something here real quick. See where I can get these commodities at. So I'm going to pull up the real quick, yank it up. I am looking for, I don't want routes, I want commodities. I'm entering my current system and I am looking for, let's see, what pays the most? Advanced medicines. What do you prioritize when upgrading? Frameship drive first. That's your warp engines. Second thing is normally the power supply. Emergency life support in case you lose power. This way here you have X amount of minutes till help can arrive to bring you fuel, try to get you jump started. Sometimes when you get attacked, they damage your power supply, your power plant, they knock it offline, and you're on your emergency life support. Then there's always the shields and weapons. There is a, what is it, power coupling that helps divert power to all your systems. But I always do weapons last. Except for an incident I had a couple days ago where this ship got lost, and that afternoon I upgraded all the weapons on it. And then I went and had them engineered just to make sure. Okay, advanced medicines. I can do the advanced medicines. Okay, we have to go find the advanced medicines now, and he still can't hit the broadside of a barn. I might not be able to hit the broadside of the barn, but I can back up to it and blow it down. Okay, now respond to that one, Imfried. Respond to that one. All right, so we are going to, oh, I know I've never been to this system. Junai. We're going to go here to pick up our advanced medicines. When your hands are that slippery, it makes it hard to control your shot. Really, big guy? Really? Wow, dude. Wow. You know, I would expect something like that from Imfried, DC, Phantom, Jimmy. Not you, but okay. All right. I see how we're going to start playing now in the mornings. Okay. Yeah. You had just missed the barn when backing up. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, I could say that at least I'm not a Red Dirt Ranch Driving Academy graduate. We just helped create the company. Jimmy did that one all on his own. He would miss the barn when backing up, but he would hit the silo and the chicken coop behind it. That's him. Blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. You know, where is that thing? You know, I mean, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Oh boy. That's a big mess. That is a big mess. Will we enter warp real quick to go to the next system? I'm going to have to get up for just one moment and pick up that mess I just created on the floor down there. Yes, I knocked something over. No, you can't mess with it. Dogs are all looking at me. Yeah. Excuse me one fast moment. You're old and ain't doing nothing fast anymore. Imfried, you know where you kiss. Sorry about that, folks. I had accidentally knocked my steering wheel onto the floor. All right. We are looking for, what's the system name? It's right there. So we're going to come here, pick up our advanced medicines, take them back, and get a lot of money. Hopefully. Minus whatever we paid out. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Riven. Here you go. One of those kind of went down wrong. Thank you, Riven. Yeah, one of those swallows definitely went down wrong. But thank you, sir. Thank you. One of these days, there'll be a scare at the same time as the hydrate. That's what I'm afraid of. That is exactly what I'm afraid of. I mean, I got fussed at the other day for water on the ceiling and having 5 dogs mad at me because they got wet. I mean, hey, if it ends up going up my nose or, you know, I can clean up everything as long as the water doesn't go in the keyboard. The keyboard can resist water a little bit. I don't know if it can resist an entire cupful though. Won't be by me. No, Emfried, I will say that's one thing about you. You will not do that while I am drinking water. However, you do it to scare the crap out of me every morning. Make sure I'm wide awake. That is something you do. You can always have a Phantom. You know, big guy, you are absolutely right. I could have Phantom get up in there with the little tip of a Q-tip or something, you know, to help get all the water out. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely. You know, he's being quiet, so it makes me wonder exactly what he's up to. He might have fallen asleep in his chair. Oh, he's farming, so he heard everything. Okay. Not every morning you had a couple weeks off. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You are. Nothing like starting the stream up, starting to get everything going, start going off on the first cargo run, and all of a sudden a scream in the background and trying to keep from throwing the controller across the room. Yeah, he's good about that. Okay, so we need 60 advanced medicines. Check the commodities market. 60. What is that? That was actually a good price on them, too. We'll fly back real quick because they must be in dire need of them. Waiting to see if auto launch is actually going to fly me into some of these towers here, which it tends to like to do. But you're right, Infreed. I did have a couple mornings off, and thank you for that. Thank you. I actually believe there are times where he is trying to give me a heart attack, though. Yeah, I really think so. I didn't even look to see how much money that cost us. It doesn't matter how much money it costs us. We got the money, and we're going to go help those people out, and we're going to get paid for it. Yeah, that's it. Watching the heat shield. Make sure we don't do it too much. We're good. And we're about to engage warp. One of the things, big guy, is you always have to be careful about your power, because you can end up putting things that require too much power if you haven't upgraded your power supply, and then you got serious issues. You start needing them. You know, if you start maxing it too much, you could take off, get to space, but then if you need combat, that's exactly what I'm talking about somebody doing jump scares at 5 o'clock in the morning. Give me fits. Imfree, thank you for the 150 bits for that jump scare. And yeah, that yeah, just like that. Just like that. You know, I just thought of something. And thank you, Imfried, for giving me this definite idea. When Jimmy later is having to eat his fiery beans, that's the perfect time to hit him with a jump scare. That will be the perfect time. Uh-huh. Yeah. You know, when I was up there with June, in June, that bottle of hot sauce that he was using, that he had got from Norm, that for, I think it was every 10 gift subs or something like that. I forget what he was doing at the time. You know, he'd put it on the chip and he'd eat it, and he wouldn't drink milk for about 5 minutes. Well, when I was up there visiting him in June, he wanted me to taste it, and he put it on the chip, and he goes, just take a small bite. I'm from Louisiana. Hot stuff don't bother me. I took the whole chip and shoved it in my mouth, just chewing it up. It wasn't that bad until that I went and just inhaled a little bit, and then, you know, I sucked that stuff down in my lungs. That burned. That burned. And he was up there, one glass of milk. No. They fixed a glass of water. I finally had to have it because I couldn't breathe because I pulled that stuff in the wrong area. Oh, yeah. It was, I think it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was already awake, but that was a very eye-opening awake. Hey, morning, Chakota. How you doing, sir? Welcome in. Welcome in. Well, it's not like Phantom has that far to jump. I mean, he's so small. I mean, what's he gonna do? You know, make his booster seat bounce out of place? Or the only time it'll hurt him is if he bounces a little too hard and, you know, the booster seat falls out of his main chair. I know that sounds kind of crude, but, well, it's Phantom. With fewer reported cases of illness, KC Confederation hope they prevent a full outbreak in the system. Okay. Yep, they needed them. They really needed them. Make sure I keep track of how much money I've got. 28 million. Okay. $54 performance enhancers. All right, so let's see where we go for these. Performance enhancers. Really? Too bad I wouldn't have been able to carry that all at one time. Okay. We are going back to the same system we were just in. Bounce handbook. That is not what I wanted. Okay, we're going back to Jonai. Make sure we're entering that correctly. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. Weather's calmed down. Weather here has actually gotten kind of warm, at least yesterday, so we were able to get out and do things. And I hope everybody was able to also, kind of help break the cabin fever some. It's in the 40s there now. Yeah, we hit 65 yesterday. And when I got up this morning, it was 33 outside. Our high today is only supposed to be 42. Supposed to be back in the 40s all week. We're having 60, I think they said 65 on Saturday, 40 something Sunday, and then we're going to be in the 50s all next week. Like, okay. Wife and I were talking, going, that's a big change. We were saying a week ago it was 11 below zero. 7 days later, it's going to be a high in the 60s. Yeah. That is doing nothing more than playing hell with my arthritis and my sinuses. We're jumping back to Jonai. And Big O, one of the things you're going to see when you do start to play the game, when you go for planetary landings, make sure it actually is the same station, is that when you start entering the atmosphere, your ship starts to creak and groan, and it sounds like metal fatigue, and you hear the wind, rushing past your starship. It is, I mean, it sounds good. It really sounds good. I remember the first time I did it, I actually thought part of the starship was going to fly apart. No, in the planets, when you're doing your planetary entries, supposed to hit 70 today. Yeah, but see, Chakotay, though, you ended up getting the thunderstorms part. We got hit with the snow, the ice, the power failures, the frozen pipes. I got fortunate that the cold water, when it comes to the house, it splits off. You got the cold water line that continues on into the house. Then you've got the cold water line that goes to the hot water heater. That was the section of cold water line that froze. So we kept cold water in the house. We just didn't have any hot water. That created a big problem for us. I think I'd have preferred hot to cold. And we could have got cold water at any time by just going outside, taking a pot of hot water out there and just let it sit outside and cool down. It's 41 up there in Freed, Michigan. Still saturated as heck. Yeah. Our yards are just nothing more than a giant mud puddle from all that snow that finally melted. It is just nasty outside. Even though I mopped the mudroom a couple days ago, I'm going to have to go clean it back up again. That's where all the dogs run in at. You know, it's always bad when we transition from winter to spring, or from, heavy rains in April and May. Dogs track all the mud in the house. Well, luckily, that's where most of it sits. But they've gotten so bad lately that they don't run across the rug that we were using to trap it in, and they track it further into the house. So they've gotten a little bit smarter, so we've gotten a little bit smarter. Wife went yesterday and she picked up another couple of those rugs, and we've now got them spread across the mudroom to where they can't jump them, they can't run around them, they actually have to run across them. And they're still trying to avoid them. Penny tried jumping it the other day and she didn't make it. And believe me, that girl can hurl her body. When she wants to jump, she makes a run at it. She can easily clear about 6 feet of space. She can't make it. Took the trash out barefoot. I'll come back here. My foot. That's one of the worst things, is that when you know that the yard is like that, you can't step in the grass because you will sink. That shows how badly saturated it is. That reminds me of the swamps in Louisiana, where you start walking someplace, the ground is okay, and then all of a sudden, you're 6 inches, a foot into it, and it's like, I never felt the ground give. Let's turn our snow into a nice sheet of ice. Yeah, it did that. Still had snow Sunday. It was doing that Monday morning, turned the surface layer into ice, and the dogs were enjoying going outside and crunching it. So let's see, we are getting performance enhancers. We need 54 of them. Oops, we don't need all 96. Oh, maybe I should have tried to pick up something else, but more than likely would have taken me to a different station to have to get. Yep, results over a heavy week of heavy rain. Exactly. See, that's what we had to deal with down there, but down there it was almost a continuous thing. I think the worst job I ever had down there, other than actually going into Barataria Swamp, was that we were staking, we're putting location pins in a cemetery, and they had smoothed the area out with sand, and it had rained about 3 or 4 days before that. I mean, heavy rains. So we're walking out there, we're setting the pins and, putting everything down and put the locations where they wanted their fountains and their roads and all this other stuff. And I'm standing out there in this one area, and our party chief he's figuring something up because something didn't come out right on the plans. So he's looking at something and he's inputting coordinates and all. And then all of a sudden, I'm standing there and I felt the ground shift a little bit. So I didn't think anything of it because the ground had been shifting the whole time I'd been walking around out there. One side would cave in, just from my weight taking steps. So I'm standing there, and next thing I know, I heard this huge crack. And before I could take a step, I accidentally canceled it. Okay. And we were sitting there. I heard this huge crack. And the instrument man, who was about 25 feet away from me, he heard it. And next thing I know, the ground just gave way under me. I mean, I fell down it was just nothing more than swampy sand. It was like it was quicksand. The ground was so saturated and so full of water. And the way I was holding the prism pole, it caught the ground on both sides of the hole, so I was able to hold myself up, start pulling myself up. They came running to grab my arms to pull me out of it, and I'm having to reach down and grab my pants because the quicksand is yanking my pants off. When they yanked me out, I didn't have shoes or socks on, and my pants were completely filled with this, watery sand mix. And they just stand there laughing. It's like, man, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. I could have died in that crap if nobody else was around. And we're just looking there, and we're looking down in the hole. It's like, how far do you think that goes down? It's like, well, we know it's at least, almost 6 foot. So we were careful any other time we were out there that the party chief ended up running the instrument. The instrument man stayed near me because we never knew if the ground was going to give again. It's like, I really did not want to be there, but we ended up having to go home that day because I had no shoes. I had no shoes. I had no socks. I always carried an emergency pair of clothes with me in case we went in a swamp somewhere, so I didn't have to get back in my truck wearing that soggy, foul-smelling liquid. So I'd always change clothes real quick. We had our own little private entrance right there at the office. I'd go into the bathroom, change clothes, throw my wet stuff in a garbage bag, drag it home to clean it. And that day, there was no point in changing clothes because that stuff was everywhere. It was nasty. No, you can't have my performance enhancers. They're mine. All mine. Mine, mine, mine. Yeah, so I get home. My girlfriend at the time, she's just looking at me. She goes, "Why are you home early?" Um, okay. No, 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 no entering the planet. No entering the planet. And then she started looking at me. She goes, "What is that all over you?" And I'm taking my clothes off outside because I wasn't going to take them off in the house. And she's like, "What are the neighbors going to think?" I didn't care what the neighbors thought. I had quicksand in the crack of my butt. I wanted that clothes off of me. I wanted to go get in the shower. Okay, lining up the two bars and bingo. There we go. There we go. That's one good thing about up here. I don't have to worry about that. That stuff down there was just nasty. Working out in the swamps. Mosquitoes about as big as the palm of your hand. Yeah. Party chief thought it was funny one day when we were out there in this one area. Never saw the nest, never saw the hole in the ground. Yellow jackets came out. They just got me. They got me bad. I got lucky. They couldn't get through my blue jeans. When they realized they couldn't get through my blue jeans, the yellow jackets started coming up my body, and I had a bunch of wooden stakes, and I was smashing against my legs as fast as I can. By the time I got them off of me, I had been stung about 15 times, mostly in the chest, arms, twice in the face, and once in the neck. I mean, just perfect right in the throat. Guy thought it was funny. He thought it was funny. You know, the third guy who was with us was watching me to make sure I could breathe, because my neck was starting to swell up. So party chief went out there. He threw a bunch of flagging so we knew where the spot was. So when we went back out there later, we wouldn't step in it again. I mean, I had guys from the construction crews all come running over there making sure I was okay because they saw me grabbing my throat. And they saw that they knew that I had stepped into them. So they're running over there checking on me, making sure I'm okay. One guy was coming up over there. He had an EpiPen in case throat started swelling up too much. I couldn't breathe. Somebody had already called ambulance for me. It's like, I'm okay. I can breathe. I can breathe. So we get back to the office, and party chief was laughing because he still thought it was funny. So the next day we had to go back out there, and while the rodman kept him busy because I was running the instrument, I went out there and moved the flagging. I got the flagging and I moved it to make him think that they were in a different location. And when we were walking out there, I bumped him hard to oh, there's no information about this one. Okay. We're going to turn that one down. Yeah. So while he thought it was funny, he didn't think it was so funny when I knocked him into it and they stung the crap out of him. That would have been nice if I could have delivered something like that. All right, planetary scan jobs. We're going to skip those for just a minute. Okay. We are checking to make sure we can actually get some of these things. EPID. Somewhere close by. Okay. We're going to take that one. We'll go get those 6 units of that they need. And we're going to check on the bauxite. I think I know where we can get that one from. That one should be easy. I wish I'd known that the other day. I'd have just kept the stuff that I had. Zero. Okay, we can get both of them at the same location. Makes it easier. That makes it easier. Yeah, so he thought it was funny until he got stung by him. And then he really got pissed at me for it. But he got back. He wanted to raise a big stink about it. Now, he wanted to file a complaint against me. And they were like, okay. And my boss looked at me. He goes, would you like to file a complaint against him since he thought it was so funny yesterday and wasn't showing you concern about the fact you got stung in the throat? I looked at him and said, if he wants to file a complaint against me, then yeah, I want to file one against him. Boss looked at him and goes, well, you want to file the complaint? He goes, well, I guess not. And he looked at me. It's like, I'll let it go. I was okay with it at that point. Of course, I had bruises still all over my face and chest from all the stings I had. Okay, we got our systems ID'd. We know where we got to go. We know which station we need to get to. And this is actually a station we visited yesterday. We're going to visit the Turtle Dove colony. And the reason why I like that name is Harry Turtledove, who writes all the alternate history science fiction books. And I love this guy's work. I do. Okay. Still mass locked, so we can't enter warp yet. There we go. Turtle Dove. Turtle Dove. My ship's lights are on. Now they're off. Wonder which button I accidentally mashed to make them come on. So we're going to come up over here. We're going to grab the stuff we need to make all these people nice and happy. Make them all nice, happy campers. That's right, boys and girls. Nice, happy campers. That's almost 900,000 credits for us, so I'm going to be a nice, happy camper too. Unfortunately, I've been shelling out money left and right and haven't been doing much in the way of making it back up. Oh, that's a nasty looking warship. You just scan me, you realize I have nothing in my holds. Need to come up with some more channel point redemptions. If you think I'm going to do the Fiery Bean Challenge, the answer to that is going to be no. But I was kind of thinking of see, I know the reason why Jimmy hasn't done the Fiery Bean Challenge and made his for channel points. Because he knows I've got 300,000 points and I would not hesitate to use them on him. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing something with the Bean Boozled. Doing something with the channel points for him. I just need to think on it just a little bit more. Because unfortunately, I've done some of those beans and I know exactly what they taste like. Yeah. And it makes me wonder, though, how they come up with the combinations they did to make them taste the way they do. Funny thing is, I have the same amount of points in your channel as I do in RG's channel. Oh boy. I'll come up with something for you. I'll come up with something. I have to think about it a little bit, but I will. That's what it is. I'm caught in their gravity well. A slingshot higher to get out of the well to increase our speed. Where we can actually make it to this station in a timely manner. And as you see, I can't even drink water this morning now. Yeah, Riven's kind of got me kind of a little nervous about drinking because of his saying that he's going to do that in the middle of the hydrates. So that's right, big guy. I'm falling apart on y'all. We'll blame old age. Yeah, that's it. We'll just blame old age. Okay, 3 pads. I see 3 ships on the pads. Go in. I'm broken out of bits for today. Okay, you just want to torture me some. That's all it is. I see how it is. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, there we go. Somebody's taking off. Wait for him to start moving forward. There we go. There we go. See, honest truth. See, I knew it. He just wants an option to torture me a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to be here a few minutes as we pick all this stuff up. Let's see, commodities. Bauxite. I need 42. This. Oh, crap. That was wrong. That was really wrong. I only needed 6 and I just loaded up with 54. Okay, let's see. I paid let's see. Yeah, I'll find somebody to take it. It's not gonna be that big of a loss. Yeah, it's not gonna be that big of a loss. We'll be good. Okay. Ask the big man upstairs. He will tell you should know him well enough by now. Ask the big man upstairs. Well, see, I don't have to ask the big man upstairs because I know it's the truth. I can ask your wife. She'll also tell me the truth. And the same with, I could ask the big guy here, Red Dirt. They'll all tell me the same thing, that yes, you just want to torture me some more. It's okay. It's all okay. I hit the button by mistake. I knew I was mask locked, but apparently it just dropped off as I hit it. So we're good to go. We just aim to make all of our customers happy. And that extra compound I bought, it's okay. It's just a happy little mistake. Kind of like happy trees. It's little happy trees. I'll find some place to sell it to make money with. I can actually sell it here. And possibly even break even. Possibly break even. Which wouldn't be too bad. Wouldn't be too bad. If we take a loss on it, it's okay. We're making enough off these deals that we can cover the loss of about 50,000. Have to be careful of that though. You got to be extremely careful about that. That was a mistake. Roger that. Proceeding to pad 03. Sorry, I was waiting for voice attack to say something because I said that the other night and it started talking back to me. quick little splash of fuel. There's your 6. Thank you. Oh. Too many things popping up at one time, trying to close them to get them all done. All 42 dropped off and complete. Let's see, commodities sell. Actually, I did make a profit. That was pretty good. We did make a profit. Small one. But it's better than losing money. It always is. Wow. $4.9 million credits. Okay. And I can get rank with them too. I'll become a warrant officer. I'll do it. I will do it. Okay. We're going to go back to the same system we were just in. BAKADUNINKA. Sorry about those keystrokes. I'm getting a keyboard tray to move the keyboard under my desk to minimize the key clicks that everybody hears. Okay. So we're definitely going to be making friends on this trip. Got to make sure to keep power balanced here unless I need to shunt it to systems to get the shields up or weapons to blow the hell out of somebody, which is always a possibility. Trying to hurry up and get away from mass lock so we can get on our journey. See what kind of friends we're going to make today in deep space. Turn my little Cylon buddies loose on them. Now, am I going to get jumped beforehand or after? My hands are not coming off the controls because I'm waiting for this one to happen. This one's going to be a good one. Watching my radar. Come on, baby, come on. Man, it was such a good girl. Screw that. I'm taking control. We're moving out of one of the primary shipping lanes. Move over a little bit. Hey, good morning, Blazing Butterfly. How are you doing this morning, ma'am? I hope you're doing well, and it's good to see you. Welcome in. We are coming into the turtle dove colony here. Doing good. That's good to hear. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I can't turn down the chance to make 4 million credits here. I cannot do it. And I'm standing on my reverse thrusters, but nothing happened. Okay. Ah, crud. Excuse me, station. We're in kind of a hurry here. You know, it's... Yeah, we'll call it life or death. We'll call it my life or death. Pad 3 occupied. Pad 2 occupied. Pad 3 is not occupied. There he goes. He's rising up now. This is forward movement. There we go. Okay, we're picking up Gallite. We're not going to drop inside because we're only going to be here for a moment. We're not going to overbuy either. We need 45. We've got 45. Okay. Now this is where it should get hairy. I've said that before and it turned out to be a cakewalk where nobody bothered me. See, I've engineered my thrusters and the power plant on this ship to where I can boost and it automatically reloads up on power so I can do it again within a few seconds. I don't have to wait for it to slowly recharge. I'm watching radar. It's going to be a short trip, but I'm watching radar anyway. I know who I need in that little co-pilot seat over there. Radar O'Reilly from MASH. I think we're in the free and clear. And I know those are famous last words. Come on, big girl, get me there. We are home safe and sound. I shouldn't say that until we're fully docked. Every time I enter the mail slot there with those lights, I just think I'm going through UV filters. Quick refuel. We're going down into the station. Breakfast this morning is simple. Give them a couple biscuits and eggs. I still want pancakes. Wife told me if I want pancakes, I have to make them myself. Bowl of Cheerios. That is simple. That is very simple. Oops. Wait. Okay. Status. There we go. Warrant officer. 24%. Yep. We got our promotion. We got our promotion. Big guy, what did you have for breakfast? I don't mind. It's just been a couple teaspoons of peanut butter so far. I think I am going to go make myself some biscuits and sausage. Pickles and cheese cubes for breakfast. Can't do that. I can't do that. I need to have something a little bit more filling. My wife for supper last night made these. I don't know where she found these tiny little chicken breasts. She made little chicken breasts that were stuffed with pepper jack cheese and bacon. And no light, they were no bigger than that. No bigger than that. And I had 3 of them. And I'm just looking at where's the rest of the supper. She's like, that's what you got. I said, okay. And for dessert, she goes, well, you can go in there and make you something. Yeah, my dessert was 2 more sandwiches because I was still hungry. Feeling too great this morning and don't trust myself to cook. Ah, yes, ma'am. We understand. We understand. Got 4 back boxes of Cheerios on sale and a free gallon of milk yesterday. Hey, you can't pass up a deal like that. I don't. We end up buying the Malta meal cereal because it's cheaper. I don't feel like buying a box of cereal for $5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, it is that time. Time for me to start the day, get the wife up, get the dogs outside, and all those other good little things. Let me find somebody that we can share the love with this morning. Let us see. And I know just the guy. Just the perfect. One of my Rough Rider brothers. Mr. Reclining Gamer. Great guy, great entertainer. Y'all will be glad to go up over there and see him at meeting. Thank you all for coming in today. Thank you for the laughs, the chat, the bits. Thank you for everything. I do greatly appreciate it all. Most important, y'all coming out to watch. I will be back at 5 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. And until that time, y'all take care, be safe, and have yourselves a great day.